Great energy already inside DD Place Arena for Game 1 of the 2025 PWHL Finals, presented by Scotiabank. Ottawa being tasked with shutting down the likes of Marie-Philippe Poulin, just the league's best goal scorer this season and a known clutch player.
Well, regardless of what happens in the finals, they deserve a banner for that alone. You look at what Poulin and Stacey did in the regular season. They led their team in scoring. Poulin led the league with 19 goals. They contributed 40% of the goals for the Montreal Victoire in the regular season. In the postseason, Marie-Philippe Poulin just 2 points, no 5-on-5 goals, and Laura Stacey just 1 goal. They did their job against Montreal. We'll see if they can do it against Minnesota.
Yes, the Clarkey factor indeed. They love you here in Ottawa. Emily, you played every single game for your team in their franchise's history. Now you finally get to play in the finals. How does it feel?
It feels amazing to make it here. Obviously, this has been the goal since last season, so to be able to make it here, it's a huge honor, but now the fun starts. We just get to play.
Trying to predict this series is really difficult. You split your 6 games with this team all year, but each team kind of took turns taking a beating as well. What kind of series are you expecting?
Yeah, I mean, the story's not written yet. I don't think you can really predict. Obviously, we're focused on ourselves and really happy with where our game is at and excited for Game 1.
Thanks so much. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Let's meet your starting goaltenders. Nicole Hensley earning her 3rd start of the postseason, coming off that Game 4 win where she stopped 26 of 29 shots against Toronto, as that finals experience under her belt. At the other side, Gwyneth Phillips, finalist for goaltender of the year, got her first ever start in the PWHL against Minnesota back on December 19th.
You can see that the Gabby Hughes line is going toe-to-toe with Kelly Panic here. I think this is going to be a track meet. Kenzie Lalone, and I've got a front row seat to it. Gotta love it.
2 teams, 1 goal. The battle for the Walter Cup begins tonight. Will Minnesota go back-to-back, or will Ottawa be the second and first ever Canadian team to lift the cup? Grace Zumwinkle getting the puck in early for Minnesota. Both these teams coming up Game 4 wins against their semifinal opponents. For Minnesota, they took down Toronto, and for Ottawa, it was the juggernaut Montreal, Marie-Philippe Poulin and company.
Well, you got to know that this team is going to put the puck in. Minnesota Frost love to get in on the forecheck. They're first in dump-in recoveries in the playoffs. They love to hound and play physical below the goal line.
Gabby Hughes, her line, the story, certainly in the semi-final series against Montreal. Heads this puck deep into Minnesota's territory, where Taylor Heisey will corral the puck down low. Another series-clinching goal from her. It was the overtime hero in Minnesota in Game 4 to be here to compete for the finals yet again. She did so last year in the inaugural season in Game 5 against Toronto.
That's a great job by Minnesota. It's a controlled exit. They're able to gain the neutral zone. They put it in deep yet again. They want to establish pace right away and put the charge back on their heels.
It's the first ever PWHL final game to be held in Canada, and none other than in the nation's capital. An historic moment for this team and for this league. An exciting battle. Who will hoist the Walter Cup in 2025? As Krosalemi works down low for Minnesota. Finds a pass along the boards. Krosalemi back in control. Jesheva taking a look up ice. She'll start the cycle for Minnesota. Savalainen plays the body. Petrie out in front. No one's there. As a captain, Brian Jenner flips it to center.
Well, you see right away the urgency to the Frost game and a nice positional play by Brianne Jenner. That's something Ottawa did very well against Montreal. They protected the middle of the ice and any sort of cross passes to the middle.
Each and every game decided by 1 goal for Montreal and Ottawa in their series. There's a scoring frenzy in the Toronto-Minnesota series. We'll see how the scoring shakes out in the PWHL finals. As Rebecca Leslie corrals this puck, she opened the scoring in Game 4. The Ottawa native has some pressure here from Katie Knoll. Leslie sideswipes the pressure and looks for Maitza on the near side. Strength, Kava. Most career playoff goal. She sits at 7. Heisey's right there, though. She got 6. These two elevate their game in the postseason. You can add Channel Watkins to that list as well. Liz Shepard, some of those returnees from last year. Walter Cup championship win as Bookbinder brings this puck in. We knew the D were going to activate as Natalie Bookbinder gets the puck in the zone early.
Oh yeah, they're going to activate all right, and whether that puck goes low to high because they're working below the goal line, or they will look to bring another forward up high.
Knoll trying for the shot, net front. Goal and assist already for Knoll in her playoff season. Loose puck. McQueen will jump after it. She's got points in back-to-back games as Kelly Panic comes in for support.
And you'll notice that the lines will be played for both teams. Deployment will go across the board, line 1 to 4.
Jenna Watkins from the blue line off the backboards. Tara Lova's right there. Also a goal and assist in Tara Lova's playoff run. As Victoria Bach the former Toronto Scepter, comes in with some playoff experience. 4 players from the Scepter's roster now in the Ottawa Charge. They played all 5 games in the semifinal last year with Toronto. This is their first time in the PWHL finals as Venetia looks net front.
Brooke McQuigg's going to get that puck and just send it into the neutral zone, knowing that Grace Zumwinkle is there. Just coming off a nice playoff run by McQuigg. You'll notice on every line for Minnesota, there is a heavy player, meaning they can get in on the hunt and express some physicality, much like the Charge.
McQuigg, who wrapped up her college career with Clarkson, played alongside Petrie and Markowski for the Ottawa Charge. As Jenner looks for a pass, it's Hughes in front! Ashton Bell was there, a great pass from Gabby Hughes. Back on it, Hughes. Second half of her scoring production as the Ottawa Charge team continues to peak at the right time. Hughes' game synonymous with that trajectory as well as Thompson, finalist for Defender of the Year, moves it up for Petrie. Second year in a row, the first team in the regular season selecting their opponent and it not going to their liking. Last year, Toronto fell short to Minnesota when they selected the Frost. This season, Montreal selected the Charge, and Ottawa came away victorious. Petrie brings this puck in, has support from Shisha on the far side. Petrie walks in, it's Jakes jumping in on the play. On net it will go, doesn't reach as Markowski plays it to the corner.
Well, that's a really nice play off the wall by Curl Salemi. Just real strong in small spaces, but such a strength on the boards.
I think Becky Keller said it best in the regular season. When these two teams meet, it's predictably unpredictable. You really never know what's going to happen when it's the Charge and the Frost. As Bach takes this in, finds some room, dishes it out wide. Vasco's right there on the doorstep. This line has really elevated their game as we've come down the stretch in the playoffs. Serdaki rounding them out. Her shot gets blocked. A break here. The Sheppers had a skate just wide. That would have been a breakaway. Sheppers in control now. She'll wait for support. An assist for her so far as Claire Thompson rolls off. A pass to McQuigg. Her shot as Phillips makes the save.
Well, that's the activation of the D, and we spoke to Ken Klee about it, and he said, listen, they just take what is given.
Bach, another drive. Looks net front. Kelly panics right there. Ottawa fires it into Minnesota zone. Venetia tries to get there. Hensley plays it aside. Cole Hensley played 4 of the 5 PWHL finals games last year. Her only loss came in overtime. But again, for Ken Klee, to his disposal, he does have that 1-2 punch if he chooses. For Ottawa, it's been the Gwyneth Phillips story. The injury of Emirates Mashmeyer Phillips has come in seamlessly, and we're scoreless. 13:30 to go in the first. It's game 1 of the PWHL finals, presented by Scotiabank. And off the face-off, Minnesota sending it deep into Ottawa's territories. The Charge still looking for their first shot on net. Coming into this game, Phillips had stopped 8-8 at the 90 shots she has seen. And so far, so good here in the first as McMahon looks for Clark at center.
I like that play by McMahon. She knew that Clark was flying the zone, knowing that she had possession, trying to get that puck off of the rush.
McMahon with the lone game-winning goal in Game 3. Coming in the third period, which is where a bulk of the goal scoring has been happening in the playoffs for Ottawa. As McMahon has speed on the far side, the Minnesota native shot out wide.
Well, that's just a shot for a rebound. Unfortunately, there was no one there for the Charge to be able to corral it and pick it up. So often you wind up giving possession up. That's a situation where you may want to delay, create a little time and space.
McMahon with Ottawa's first shot on net as Razova picks his puck ahead, looks for Lexa to center, finding Leslie. This line again connecting. It's Markowski. Her shot can't get the full release. But a great drive for Ottawa. We've talked about their threat coming on the rush as Krosalemi got clipped. A penalty on the way. Minnesota is going to go to the power play. Battle underway and Ottawa's own Hensley's to the bench. Leslie fighting for position. Minnesota to the power play.
That's a great job below the goal line. You want to swarm. Leslie gets a stick on it as a right-handed shot. It's on and off. She's able to clear, and now she gets the change.
There's no penalties awarded in the final Toronto-Minnesota game, so they have netted a power play goal in each of the games in which they had an opportunity. Off the glass for Ottawa. Another look for Bell. Rather D'Arcangelo as she gets the clear.
Well, the toughest thing to do with a power play is to get in and get the setup. So once you get the clear, you got even numbers at the blue line if you can hold it.
Lee Steckline, who has found the score sheet. Point Schofield with speed. Her shot save made by Phillips. Coming off a 2-goal performance in Game 4, Point Schofield now has 4 points total on the season in the playoffs. Hughes. Nice moves into the corner. She will go. A minute gone on the Frost power play. Ottawa had 4 jailbreak goals during the regular season. Zumwinkle, the lone player with the jailbreak goal in the postseason. That came last year. Bell off the boards. LaRocque to center.
And they're going to get this puck out because LaRocque was able to slow down the entry. You can slow down that entry. Now all of a sudden you can converge on the puck. You can allow the PK to get set up in attack. Sophie Jakes, also a finalist for Defender of the Year, moves it forward. Point Schofield can't get through Bell. She'll get steered to the corner. You mentioned that activation. I mean, the defense for this team just doing an outstanding job. Jakes herself has 6 points alone so far through 4 games.
Minnesota put up 18 goals through their 4 games against Toronto. You look at the Ottawa-Montreal series, collectively they didn't even reach that amount. They only reached 13 goals combined. A great kill for the Ottawa Charge.
Well, that's an excellent kill. No looks, real good looks on net, and that's because you're able to get it down. It is so difficult to set this puck up, especially with an aggressive PK that force the chip.
Cross landing, 1 shot on the power play. Zalawainen jumps in on the play. Heisey looking to work it down low as D'Arcangelo gains a hold of it. For the game-winning goal back in Game 1 for Ottawa against Montreal. This time, Venishova just wide. She is certainly starting to get warmer and warmer. Another shot, this time tipped in front by the Charge.
Well, again, you talk about offense, and Brianne Jenner gets in on the hunt, but wow, what an opportunity.
Game 1 of the PWHL Finals presented by Scotiabank, live in the nation's capital. On the turnover, Mike Snap pulls it in. Can't get the shot past Sophie Jakes. Taylor keeps it in. Minnesota 16 goals for in their last 3 games, the most production over the course of 3 games in PWHL history. It's remarkable how much offense has come from the Frost in the postseason as Jakes to center. Her Kosalemi shot gets blocked by Taylor Lova.
Well, you see 3 across right there, and who's got the puck on her stick? It's Sophie Jakes. We were just talking about it, and it's that activation. It's recognizing where the open lane is and how you can fill it to attack.
Leslie waits for help on the far side. Looks for a cross-corner dump. Great block by Taylor Lova. Sits second. For those block shots in the postseason, comes into this game with 10. She's already had a few so far in the first, so maybe closer to 12 at this point. Forward battle underway. Flaherty comes out with it. Former roommate of Ottawa's Gabby Hughes, Manna McMahon. There's about 6 of them in a house. They went to Duluth. Now at the other side, both chasing the Walter Cup. Serdachny pulls it in, opts for the pass. That shot blocked in front. And Katie Knowles right there for the puck to head the other way.
Well, you've seen the 4th line with Serdachny as well as Vasco and Bachby in the offensive zone. There's some high-end skill there. Serdachny, the first overall pick for the Ottawa Charge. Of course, Fillier going number 1, but a player who can shield, a player who can transport, and you got Victoria Bach and Vasco doing their thing as well offensively.
Serdachny, that big booming shot. Already has a point so far in the postseason. Came on the assist of Ashton Bell's goal back in Game 1. Where Jenner also scored as she drives space on the far side. Hensley rims it around looking for Zumwinkle. Keeps it in. Venishova plays the body as Lee Steckline comes in. Already matched her regular season total here in the postseason. 3 goals, 3 assists for 6 points total.
And you see Panic and LaRocque are right in front of me as a one-on-one, a solid stand-up by the 2 veterans.
Steckline 6 goals in her last 6 games. coming off an incredible World Championship as well, where she found the score sheet.
Well, it's funny. I mean, I'm so used to seeing her as a shutdown defender who has one of the best sticks in the game, pushing to the outside. Not used to seeing her activate and score goals.
Always has a smile on her face. I love that. It's not very often you see Steckline without a smile or a good giggle. Cava always elevates her play in the postseason.
It's because of her uncanny sense. I mean, she knows where that puck is going and where it's going to be.
Looking for her 5th straight league championship title as Heisey goes for the skate. Her shot just high. Coming off 6 shots on net in game 4, and her coach said it. We want her to shoot more, and well, she told Rob Pizzo that, and she executed. Penalty is on the way as the official's arm goes straight up, so more look at special teams. And wins it back. Ottawa to the power play. Taylorova to the far side. Looking on, Mrazova steps down. Weighs her options. She'll up to the pass for Taylorova. You also see the 3 Czech players working it up high on Ottawa's first unit power play. Mrazova draws in. Far side pass. It's Jenner offside. This time stopped by Hensley. She'll look to try again. On the cycle, D'Arcangelo will pick a puck. One power play goal in the regular season for D'Arcangelo. Jenner to Mrazova. Trying to outwork Heisey. Puck staying high for Ottawa. Then Cheval lets it go, and it's a shoulder save by Hensley. And Hensley sliding across and getting to both sides of her crease. McMahon will try down low for Hughes. Pass out in front. No one's there as Zumwink will try and secure it away. Ashton Bell keeps it in. Ottawa with motion now. LaRock steps down. A swing and a miss. Gives room for Kelly Panik. Shorthanded. It's Panik for the Frost. Ashton Bell steals it back just in time. Hughes on the attack. Pushed off by Zumwinkle. Panik to center. And Ottawa will retreat.
Well, that was a great play by Panik to get it to Channel Watkins, to get it down the ice. She recognized she would have been on her backhand. Says, you know what? Here you go. And now it's an easy out. Just a smart veteran play.
Minnesota allowed 2 power play goals against and the 6 opportunities Toronto had in their series. Into the corner it will go. D'Arcangelo jumps on it first. Sends it to the blue line. Taylorova to Mrazova. And then Taylorova looks for the pass. She'll connect. Vinny Cheval looking for Jenner on the far side. Under 20 seconds remaining. Jenner finds Taylorova. Vinny Cheval one-time shot, and Hensley gets to her post. Great poke check from Taylorova. Gives D'Arcangelo a quick pass over. Back to the blue line for Ottawa. Mrazova has a lane. Tries for it. Sophie Jakes with a great hand-eye. Another chance, Mrazova. And we're back to 5-on-5. Ottawa landing 4 shots on that power play. We'll be pleased with their looks and the shot volume. Another shot here. Hensley's been busy.
When you want to gain momentum off of your power play.
Ottawa doing just that. Jenner steps down. Outworks Panik to middle. It's just Shisheva, so she'll clear it.
Well, even if you don't score, right, it's about finding ways to get those high-danger looks. And you're seeing the option A in Brianne Jenner and the option B. And you can rotate it any which way you want, whether it's going to be Vinisheva or her. And then Mrazova with multiple opportunities walking in, but looking back door. I think she had the shot, but looking for any sort of stick as Hensley was square to her.
Well, Ottawa had a perfect penalty kill against Minnesota in the last 14 chances as Krosalemi looks to send the puck ahead. Petrie starting the back check.
That's a great back check by Hughes, and a reason why they were able to get that turnover and counter.
Petrie looking up ice this time. A point for her so far in the postseason. Finds Krosalemi. She'll fire it in.
Oh, you see Emily Clark come back from the neutral zone. Tracking back so hard, so well to squeeze to one side of the ice and force the dump in.
Basco working along the boards for Ottawa. Drops it back for Zoe Boyd. 6 hits in Game 3 against Montreal. Boyd, the most of her career. Showing patience. Stretch pass, looking for Bach on the far end. Steckline reads in, fires it in. Phillips active out of her net. Finds Boyd. Ottawa getting stuck in their own end. Channel Watkins tees one up off the inner skate of Vasco. She'll look again. Channel Watkins D2D to Steckline. Long shot off the backboards. Heisey picks it up. Heisey to the blue line. Channel Watkins gets challenged. Now Cava takes a hit. Bach looks on to Savalainen. Keeps a close eye on Michaela Cava. Sophie Jakes with the steal. In comes Jakes. Her shot off the stick of Savalainen. We will see what unfolds in 2025. A chance to make history regardless. Can Minnesota go back-to-back for the first time? Or will Ottawa be the first Canadian team and the second ever to hoist the Walter Cup? Boyd gains ahead of this, takes a hit from Panic in the process. The Charge Avenue is hyped up for this one. There's a barbershop outside giving mullet haircuts as that puck hits the outside of the net.
Well, again, that's a turnover, right? You've got that high F3, and it happens to be Panic. We've said her name a few times right now, just because any type of big game, it's the details and tracking back, making sure she's above the puck, turns it over, and the activating D, that's something that Ottawa's got to be very, very aware of.
Leslie with speed on the far side for Ottawa. Looks across for Isa. These two have had an eye for each other in the postseason. Glove down. It'll head to center. Schapper is battling against Mrazova.
That's a great job by Mrazova. She recognizes that Ashton Bell has dove down on the pinch because the puck was on the wall, and she finds a way to cover. That's a strong defensive play by a forward who's acting as a defender.
Mrazova, former college teammates with Michaela Cava and Maddie Bruni back in the Duluth days. A lot of four Bulldogs out here between these two teams. Final minute to go in the first period. Heisey out in front looking for Cava. Markowski clears it for Mrazova. Leslie chasing after it. Channel Watkins to center. Jakes jumps. Comes in with 11 shots on net. Sophie Jakes so far. 3-game point streak. As Mrazova waits for help. Drops it off for McMahon. Fresh legs for Ottawa. Looking to close out this first period with some momentum. It was going to be a hard-fought battle. Both teams having some good looks. Chances on the power play as well.
That's a great play by Markowski to seal that as Cava was cutting across, slashing across on the diagonal. She wanted that puck to be chipped in behind.
Hughes, a chance! Her shot just wide!
Whoa!
Gabby Hughes, you can't get much closer than that! Tipped in front, another strong save from Hensley. Things heating up to close out period number 1 of Game 1 of the PWHL Finals.
Still tied at zeros.
McLeod, finalist for Coach of the Year alongside Montreal Victoria's Corey Chevry and Scepter's head coach Troy Bryant. All three Canadian coaches up for the award as Clark brings this in. McLeod wanting to see this game elevated here a couple notches to open this second period. Ottawa is able to shut down Minnesota's power play in the first period. They're now perfect 8 for 8 in the last 4 games on their kill. Kenzie Lonathu alongside Cheryl Powder, who's ringside for this one on Game 1. Rob Pizzo, our ringside reporter. So I'm the only one up here in the rafters, is what we're saying.
I'm waving at you. I'm waving at you. Feels different
You got
being so far.
hair pounds. I got a front row seat of it. Jenner trying to bring this puck to center. As Coyne Schofield, the captain of the Frost, brings it the other way. Out in front, a great look for Heisey. Dark Angelo in on the corner was a perfect 3 for 3 in the face-off dot in the first period. Thompson, her shot just wide.
Well, you see that dead angle shot, it's because you've got a mid-lane drive, and that's what Minnesota does very, very well. If you've got a heavy player on every line, you want to drive. That forces the coverage back. Not only can you get a stick on it, but you're also creating some ice a little bit higher. So if you can have a layered attack, you can find a way to get a loose puck.
Minnesota looking to do something they haven't done before. Win Game 1 of their playoff series. They're currently 0 for 3, but hey, it's working for them. The reigning Walter Cup champions. Ottawa's done quite well in scoring first in the postseason. They won 3 of their 4 games against Montreal. As we still await our opening goal in Game 1 of the PWHL Finals. Mike Sill will chase after it. Austrian native. His national team will win the World Championship the upcoming year. Mrazova taking a tough spill, and she's really slow to get up here for Ottawa. Right at center ice is Katarina Mrazova. Slow to her knees. Play moves forward down low for Ottawa, and that is a tough sight for the Charge. Mrazova helped off. She'll sit on the bench. We'll keep our eyes on 16. Markowski brings it through center, chips it in for the Charge. Bookbinder gets there early.
Oh, that's a really quick close by Vasco now. Everyone's getting chip position. Look at the track by Sir Daphne.
Shepherd's the shot redirected and out of play. Off the skates of Flaherty. Another look for Serdachny. Drops it off for her defender. Himlerova moving it forward for Shepherds. Himlerova on the backhand looking for Katie Noah wide as this fourth line drives pace for Minnesota, and Serdachny shaken up on the back check.
Well, you saw a drive at the fourth line for the Charge, and now it goes the other way, and it's the fourth line for Minnesota. So you're seeing the deployment of both of these coaches in Ken Klee and Carla McLeod, not afraid to utilize their benches. Spoke to Ken Klee earlier. He said there's a sweet spot for his players. They become ineffective at what they do best if he overplays them.
Himlerova scored her first goal in the final regular season game against them. Boston 8-1 win for the Frost, who took a hold of their playoff fate, which was not the case last year. They only earned their playoff a chance. McQuaig to the backhand, can't get by Phillips. A grade A chance for Brooke McQuaig, looking for her third in the postseason, but it's all Gwyneth Phillips. Boyd chasing after it now and behind play. Takes a look, reverses it. Zumwinkle steals it away. McQuaig another angle. Challenged by Phillips. Gwyneth standing tall to start the second period. Minnesota gets a full change. Press lengths to the ice as Ottawa gets hemmed in their own zone. Pasco there for help as Zumwinkle tries to pull this puck out. She's got points in back-to-back games to help her so far in this year's postseason, the reigning Rookie of the Year. So we'll hear for those announcements later on this week across the league.
Pasco's going to go for that change, and it's needed.
A loose puck at center. Heisey fighting for it. Steckline pulls it back.
You know, it's funny. I mean, that sustained pressure comes off the fourth line with an offensive chance. It turns over, and they wind up hemmed in for quite some time, with McQuaig getting a couple of eye danger opportunities.
Point Schofield to Thompson. Alone, a shot high. Out of play, another lane. Phillips, what a stop. As Heisey slow to get up at Ottawa's end. Looks to the bench as Ottawa starts the attack. It's Jenner. She'll fire it in. Hughes, the lone Charge player in the offensive zone. She waits for help.
Well, and McQuaig was on the net there, and you can see that going to Phillips.
Clark looking for the wraparound. Hensley makes the save. Again, showing why she is certainly a finalist for Goalie of the Year, but also showing she is a starter in the PWHL with expansion on the horizon. As Clark brings it out wide. A chance out in front. Has 3 points in her postseason so far. As she told our Hughes at the start of the game, the story is not written yet between these two teams. So we await to see what's unfold. Shisheva, a chance for Minnesota, to the backhand, just wide. Denisa Shisheva, a great look for the Frost in this second frame. Where the Minnesota does a bulk of their goal scoring in the postseason in the second period. Kayrylova, 2 shots on net in the first period. Loses puck ahead. Razova on the ice for Ottawa. Great to see, and her shot lands. A rebound there as Mrazova chases after it.
Well, Czechia is well represented on those last shift takens. Shisheva at one end, and Mrazova, nice to see her back out there skating full stride.
Checkmate. We'll see if they can go the distance. They've had a great look on the power play as Ottawa sets up shop in the offensive zone. A punch saved by Hensley. Serdachny picks it up down in the zone. Shepherds tries to protect. Looks to center. Ren by Boyd. Zoe Boyd from Howland in East Ontario brings it in. Keeps it along the goal line. Now along the half boards. Gets pushed off by Shepherds. Fox will play the body.
That was great anticipation by Boyd. I mean, you have to have the timing to be able to get that puck and then keep it in zone. It's all about keeping play alive, and Zoe Boyd certainly does there.
Jocelyn Larocque hit to score this season and since becoming an Ottawa Charge. We talked a lot about those significant trades made by General Manager Mike Hirschfeld. Jocelyn Larocque addressed a need this team desperately required. A stay-at-home defender, someone that can log big minutes. Of course, bringing in Venisheva from Montreal helps with the goal-scoring department. And the Dark Angelo trade, I think, one that's taken a lot of showing with the goal-scoring production. Came in with that leadership piece, of course. A a great player in the room and in the dot, but her production has been great for Ottawa down the stretch. Petrie rolls off. Panic first on it on the far side. It really struggled in the first period of the face-off. 0 for 6, Kelly Panic.
I'm not used to seeing those numbers.
Unlike her.
Yeah, very unlike her. As you mentioned, over 68% last game, but that only brings her up in the playoffs to just shy of 48%.
It's been a strength of Ottawa's game in the postseason. D'Arcangelo and Hughes' task was going up against Poulin night in and night out. Well, we talked about the Czech connection. Denisha Shishova for the Minnesota Frost. A grade A chance to open the scoring, but it's the Gwyneth Phillips story continuing. All 4 of her goals this season have come against Montreal. Taylor Heisey, reigning Atlantic Lost playoff MVP. As Clark finds Leroy. Deep in the zone it will go. Hughes chasing after it. Heisey beats her there. Short reverse pass for Channel Watkins. Originally a Toronto draft pick, but Minnesota signed her last season. It's been a big piece on the blue line for the Frost. Wins it to the boards, and Jakes is able to protect it. Channel Watkins rolls off. The lone goal. The playoffs coming on the power play. Jakes picks up the puck now for Minnesota. Connects with Coyne Schofield. Using her speed. Heisey out wide. On the half boards, tries for the pass to the slot. Jenner picks it up. Now finds Vanisheva. Teresa Vanisheva 1-on-2 on the far side. Has 2 charged players with her as she brings it deep into the zone. Vanisheva leaves it off. Terelova with speed. Vanisheva's shot blocked in front. Now it looks like a 2-on-1 the other way, but it's a great back check from Terelova to join in on the play. Coyne Schofield. A hit against Vanisheva as she gets rocked on the faceoff. Jakes gains a hold of it. Down low, one-time shot blocked in front. Vasco takes a lot of it to her feet. Zumwinkle protects. Down low for McQuaig. Up for Panic. Kelly Panic, Grace Zumwinkle, the last players to score a power play goal against Ottawa, was back in their first ever meeting. Panic to Jakes. One-time shot, another block by Vasco. Putting it all on the line as Panic finds Jakes. It's Zumwinkle. Just wide for Grace Zumwinkle.
This shot mentality option A is the right-handed defender who's the quarterback on this power play. But it's the block shots by Vasco just denying the lane to the net.
Lee Steckline working the blue line for the Frost. Panic shot. Phillips makes the save, and there's no rebound in sight.
Don't get me in trouble, Kenzie. Vasco.
3 of her 4 points in the regular season have come against the Frost. Look at that beautiful shorthanded game-winning goal late in the game. Final 5 minutes when these 2 teams met each other. Collision in the corner in the other end. Ottawa was able to get a much-needed change. Under 40 seconds to go in the Frost's second power play of the game. Heisey has some speed, drops it up. It's Steckline. Elaine, she'll take it. It's just wide. Lemmy slows up pace. Down low as the puck comes high for Thompson. Heisey, an angle, fakes the shot, drops it for Steckline. Thompson, another angle. She'll go high off the stick of Phillips. Taylor Heisey, will this be her moment? Finds Lemmy down low. The 2 working it below the goal line in the Chargers zone. Bell challenges. Heisey on the half boards. A head-up play looks for Steckline. Final seconds of this power play for the Frost. Heisey tees one up. Stopped by Phillips and a rebound attempt as well. It's Kappa backdoor. Denied by Phillips. With the help of her defenders, an excellent play for the Charge. A perfect 2-2 on the kill as this crowd comes to life. Leslie shot. Bar down for Rebecca Leslie.
Well, on the heels of a Frost power play, your biggest PKer has to be your goaltender in Gwyneth Phillips, holding down the fort, and once that puck goes the other way, it is all Ottawa. You talk about speed through neutral ice, but look at the 2-on-1 created on Steckline, the cross and the drop. Make yourself available, crash the net, take the shot, and there it is. Look at that little cross and drop becomes available for the shot. The stick is extended by Lee Steckline, who's faced a 2-on-1 as Nicole Henze goes down and Rebecca Leslie goes up.
Rebecca Leslie lights the lamp in Game 1 of the PWHL Finals. Now back-to-back opening goals for the Ottawa Charge. Leave it to the Ottawa native to get the job done. Lots in front of family in attendance here for Leslie, bringing the crowd to life. Her second in the postseason, second right here at TD Place Arena, as this play has done and come to their feet as the Charge chants continue on in this second period. That is Ottawa's just second ever goal scored in the second period in the postseason. Talked a lot about the Frost production in this middle frame. Vasco backdoor just wide. Victoria Bach looks for hers. It's all Ottawa. The crowd behind them looking to build off of their strong kill. And goal moments ago as Hensley gets tested one more time. Razova in against Bookbinder. Serdachny there for help. Ottawa goes for a change as Anna Meissner protects the puck. Has Razova right there. Heads near side. Leslie back to the ice for Ottawa. A miscue as Carl chases Zoe Boyd.
Oh, it's interesting here, Ken. You have the third line score, and then Carla McLeod sends out her fourth line and comes back to her third line. So just showing you deploy according to who is going, and right now, they're buzzing.
Made the iron sing, going bar down on that one. Leslie picks her corners. Came in as a free agent signing for the Charge. Last year was with the Scepters. First homegrown talent to put on the Charge uniform. Comes in big for Game 1 of the Finals.
You're seeing Ottawa establish pressure in the zone. They love the cycle as well. They had play off the rush, but first in the playoffs in terms of slog attempts off of the cycle. You see that hounding along the boards to try and create those space in the middle of the ice. If it's not there, they can hit the weak side defender.
Charge Avenue coming to life courtesy of Rebecca Leslie. It's 1-0. Ottawa Charge against the Minnesota Frost. Comes in, fresh off the assist of the Leslie goal, her third of the postseason. Sound the line in front of the blue line, a loose puck in front, cleared away by Panic. So Leslie making this a 1-0 game. Venishva and Larock picking up the assists. Larock second as an Ottawa Charge, third in her career in the postseason.
That neutral zone quick up, right? And it's so critical to have that move, that puck movement right away.
Panic end to end. McQuaig there for help to the backhand. McQuaig can't get the shot off. Kelly Panic keeps it in. Jakes, a lane, she'll take it. A stick save by Phillips. Gwyneth Phillips is on her A game tonight. A huge stop. Jakes has found the score sheet twice, has 4 assists as well so far.
And you look at it, when you talk about activating defenders, it's not, it's not just carrying the puck. It's not what you mean. It's jumping into pockets in the offensive zone or on the exit. Just having a layered attack.
Thompson has certainly been a welcome addition to this blue line. Medical student. What are the chances for head coach Ken Cleason to be playing in such a big game on the night the Frost also donning their finals approach? Cabot to center for Minnesota. Finds Coyne Schofield. Another rush chance for Minnesota. And that pass just wide as Heisey takes down Ashton Bell on the recovery. Lee Steckline, 3 goals, 3 assists so far. Finds Thompson as that heads deep into Ottawa zone. Heisey, her shot blocked by Ashton Bell. Off the face-off, Charge. Leading the way, Serdachny going after Jakes. These two, top 3 Penny Kazmaier Award finalists. Back when Serdachny was with Colgate. A huge hit against Carl Salemi. Shishima breaks through to Petrie. Shishima shot blocked by Phillips. Carol overtakes the body as Petrie finds Carl Salemi. Jakes from the blue line, a high and hard shot. Minnesota got it done. They shut out Boston in that final Game 5 game.
You know what I'll never forget about that one was Mueller just beelining it and saying, "Let's get on the plane, folks.
Start the car." 2 threes going at it. Boyd. 6 hits in Game 3. Talked about that. The most of her career. Not afraid to throw her weight around and shoot more as the season has gone on. She has certainly earned her minutes for this Charge team. Of course, no Jinsey Rose for Ottawa. Big loss for this group on the blue line. And Emirates Mashmeyer remains sidelined as well.
And I like that Boyd didn't bring that puck back. She just kind of reversed it, banked it off the wall, little shoulder check, recognized she had her forwards back. Didn't bring that puck all the way back below her goal line. I like that because of the heavy forecheck of the Frost.
Now the Charge leading the way with their forecheck. Jenner shot missing out wide. Zumwinkle squeezed off the puck. Ottawa coming in on the back check. Hughes redirecting into the corner as Flaherty hopes to beat her there. Former roommates laying some hits in the corner. LaRock, a one-time shot blocked by Zumwinkle. She'll bring it to the red line and fire it in.
Had a duck there. Kansas wasn't sure whether I was going to wind up with another chip too.
Oh no. First the kazoos.
I'll refrain from going on Jocks and Jills.
Tessa and Julia will join us in the second intermission. Don't go anywhere. We'll check in with Jocks and Jills. Our panel as well. Daniela, Becky, and Alexis have you covered. And Rob Pizzo ringside with us throughout the finals. Stretch pass. Savalainen gets off just in time. We're in Cava won the SCHL Championship together with Lulia in 2021. As Cava has a hold now. Phillips plays it with her stick.
You've seen those short side shots here. You've seen from outside the dot, whether it's Kendall Coyne Schofield on the backhand by Cava.
Leslie tries to split the Frost. Thompson firing it far side. Taylor Lova jumps up in the play. Tripped up. Penalty on the way. Ottawa's going to go back to the power play. Charge's second power play in Game 1. They put up 4 shots back in the first period when they had the player advantage. Had some good looks. Looking for Jenner on the offside. Venisheva on the other. Let's see what they go for here. Razova brings it in. Also great to see her back out on the ice after getting shaken up. A knee collision in the first.
It's great. I mean, she's got those individual skills. Her and Venisheva, just to be able to create a little bit of room, like to pass that puck, thread the needle. But the shooters are certainly Jenner and Venisheva.
Charge Avenue electric. You got the player arrivals. Ryan Lindsay doing a great job outside, bringing the energy as the players arrive to the rink before the game. Bell heads back for it. Ottawa on the power play. Under 40 seconds remaining in this period. They'll open up the third with a few seconds remaining on their power play.
That's just a great stick-by-step line. You have to have real nice spacing and know exactly where you are on the ice to be able to close that quickly to disrupt that entry. She's one of the best in the game at it, just from her one-on-one play. But I always challenge young athletes who are watching to watch her stick.
Cross keeping Ottawa at center. Rock hoping to bring this puck in. Close out this second period as McMahon fires it in. Hughes, one more look. Shot just wide, and that will do it for the middle frame. Rebecca Leslie breaks through on the score sheet for her second in the postseason. 1-0 Ottawa leads against Minnesota. Don't go anywhere. Kenzie along with you alongside Cheryl Pounder. Rob Pizzo ringside. Charge in the driver's seat, courtesy of Leslie. With her second in the postseason in the middle frame. Laurent chasing after it, swats it to keep this puck deep in the zone.
That's just a great play by her. She tracks, she recognizes that everyone's on one side of the ice, so even if that puck skips by, there's no danger. Nice play by the veteran.
We're back to 5-on-5 play. Frost not able to land a shot on that power play. Frost did outshoot Ottawa. 11-6 in that middle frame. Coming into this game, though, Ottawa had only conceded 10 shots or less in the last 14 periods of hockey. able to keep Montreal under control and teams in the regular season towards the end. As the Frost look to bounce back with a big third period, something they haven't done yet this season.
You see there's a controlled breakout there, but you come out too soon, and now all of a sudden you bump it up the ice, and the player who wants to bump the puck has no one to bump it to. It winds up in the hands of Ottawa.
Savalainen trying for a great shot in the slot. Not afraid to jump in on this rush for Ottawa. Coyne Schofield uses her speed to flip this back into the other end as Phillips leads it, having another dominant game here. Has stopped 103 of her last 105 shots she has seen. The thing since that quadruple overtime Dubois goal, it's been lights out for Phillips. Petrie in the corner now for the Frost, gets pushed off the puck. Markowski playing the body, two former teammates. Matt Clarkson, loose glove on the ice as Jenner tries to finish her check against Petrie. Markowski takes the bodies, the two work it down low for Ottawa.
You can see Claire Thompson shrinking the zone there, coming right down in support. She's being backed up by Curl Salemi. This whole play starts because Petrie comes hard back through the middle of the ice. She reloads and manages to turn the puck over.
Minnesota's only trailed once before in the postseason against Toronto this year. They're trailing 3-1 in game one. Wound up losing that game, so they're looking to do something they haven't done before. A third period comeback win. Ottawa slowing up pace. Mike's on the boards for Ottawa. Stretches it ahead looking for Leslie. Banner 2 for 11 in the face-off dog through 40 minutes. Very unlike her. Hughes, meanwhile, thriving 61.5% so far in this game. Archangel's numbers well. Strong as Zumwinkle takes a hit. Can't get the shot off. Trying to rush the net. She'll go for a change as Ottawa has control. Neverlova can't fully clear it, but has helped Razova the other way for Ottawa. Has Leslie with her. Razova pulls it to the corner. Quick will play the body. Allows Flaherty to come in with some room. Kelly panicked through center, chips it ahead looking for Cav. Ashton Bell jumps up in play.
You can see the D standing up in the neutral zone, doing a nice job to take that away. If it had gotten by Ashton Bell, that was in.
Cava. That's the touch, icing waved off. Savalainen running out of room. Finds Boyd on the far side. Coyne Schofield to the blue line. Chased. Ottawa breaks free. On the far end, it's McMahon. Has Clark with her. Clark takes a look. Her shot save made by Hensley. Ottawa making something out of nothing on that defensive zone face-off. A great rush chance for the Charge. Jenks looking to respond. Coyne Schofield feeds it to the corner. Heisey picks it up near side. Playoff point leader Taylor Heisey coming into this game. 3 points away from tying Foulin for most points in PWHL history. Quick DVD pass for Ottawa. Taylova back to center for the Rocks. Got a point in this game. Takes a look. Tries to connect with Arcangelo as Shisheva reverses the play.
Oh, that's a great track by Venisheva there to give a little bit of help. Defense are being very active and aggressive in the neutral zone, so you have to have movement of the forwards sort of backtracking on an angle to be able to cover if the puck slips by.
First time here in the postseason, Frost finds himself scoreless coming into the third period. We knew it was going to be a close game, battle of goaltending. Frost is used to that last year in the PWHL finals. It was up against the red-hot Erin Frankel. They were able to get by her and hoist the Walter Cup. Can they do it again in 2025? This time they've got Gwyneth Phillips at the other end. D'Arcangelo running out of room as Shepard chases and lands a hit. Jale Watkins moving it ahead. Of course, this last year all coming in the final 5 games in the finals. Looks for a passing option. To center it will go Phillips. Not afraid to come out of her net. Katie Knoll takes advantage and up to net. She scores! It's a backhanded goal for Clara Hemlerova to even the scoring.
Well, Himlerova is going to be the benefactor here, but two opportunities or two miscues behind the net, and the original one's going to come. You get a chance one way, and the pass just isn't on the stick. You can see the sliding jakes. The puck goes the other way off of the rush. It winds up in deep. Miscommunication and playing the puck there between Phillips and Savalainen, and the puck comes in yet again. After Phillips played it, she knows she played it up the wall to Knoll, so she pushes back to her crease, and backdoor is Himlerova, who's able to put it in the open basket. So some miscommunication there on the back end as Himlerova is able to bury it. Just a bit of a misplay in terms of recognizing where her players were on the ice. So this game's all tied at 1.
Clara Himlerova's first goal in the postseason, second ever in the PWHL, has now surpassed her regular season point total. Had just a goal and an assist to her regular season play. Points in back-to-back games for Himlerova, and we are all tied up at 1. Katie Knoll picking up the assist on that goal for her second assist in the postseason.
Knoll's a benefactor, and then Himlerova puts it in the net.
She has played over a decade with her national team. Czechia said scoring the first ever goal of the 2025 World Championship was a dream come true, a moment she'll never forget. I have a feeling this goal will be up there on her memory list. A big one for the Frosts to tie this all at 1 in the third period. Heisey reverses that puck deep in the zone. Point Schofield takes a hit. Razova taken down. Point Schofield, a pass from the blue line, and will go. Blocked in front by Ottawa. Bookbinder had a lane. She takes it this time. Another shot. It's from Heisey. Phillips stretches across just in time. Mayhem in the crease. Phillips keeps her pad safe. Well, Gwyneth Phillips turning up the heat here. A big stomp for this netminer as we are all tied at 1 in the third period of Game 1 of the PWHL Finals, presented by Scotiabank. Cava with the toe drag. Well, we've got ourselves a third period all tied at 1. This is the fourth time the Frosts have been able to tie a game in the postseason this year, as they look to earn their first ever Game 1 win in the postseason. Markowski chips it into the zone. Jakes, shoulder check. D-to-D pass finds Channel Watkins. Running out of time, finds center though with Petrie. Has Krosalemi there for help. 3 Frost players starting this attack. Tries for a reverse pass from Krosalemi, but Ottawa picks it up. Darkangelo leading the charge to Vinisheva. On the backhand, on net it will go as Hensley makes the save. Ottawa able to hold on for a lead for a bulk of this game as that shot from the blue line breaks free to the slot. McQuaid feeds it to Zumwinkle. Through the regular season between these two teams in their 6 meetings, Ottawa was able to hold on to a 41% lead rate through those 6 games. For Minnesota, just 31% of those 6 meetings did they find themselves leading. Here in Game 1 of the Finals, we're all tied at 1 as Channel Watkins shot gets redirected to the corner. Loose puck. Taylorova looks for the winger along the boards to Vinisheva. Jake stuck in her feet. Darkangelo there for help. Ottawa goes for a change. As offsides the call with 11:42 remaining. Savalainen. Puck jumping right in front of Cheryl Pounder there ringside. Frost fires it right back in. Knoll sending this net front. Shepers with the hand-on coordination. This line back to work for Ken Klee. Markowski fakes the pass, rims it deep in her own zone. Knoll first on it at the far end. Prowls this puck, fires it back in as Markowski keeps it at bay. Quick pass over. Savalainen has some time. She'll look for a stretch pass to Leslie, who opened the scoring for Ottawa here tonight. Long shot into the corner. Hensley slows the pace. Minnesota, another team that peaked at the right time. Clark trying to take advantage of some time in the offensive zone, but you come back to center. Last time they were here, Frost charge. It was a 3-0 win for the Frost. Since then, Frost have gone on to go 5-1, averaging 4.08 goals a game. They're heating up the charge as well. Broken stick on the play by LaRock.
Yeah, she's got to drop it. She's been in on the rush the entire time. I mean, she presented an option for Clark, who needed a little bit of help, so she jumped through the middle. The puck went in deep. She was F1 on the forecheck. Came to the neutral zone. Puck goes the other way. Guess who's in and on it? Jocelyn LaRock.
Continues to lead the charge with time on ice. Zhisheva leaves it back for Jakes. Cuts to the middle. Sophie Jakes lets one go. A stick save by Gwyneth Phillips. She's had a few of those here tonight. Game of inches. Korosalemi takes a hit from Hughes. Quick pass to Petrie. Dominic Petrie to the blue line for Thompson. Long shot. Phillips far outside her crease. Minnesota holds a big significance for her. Got her first ever start in the PW against the Frost. As Ottawa challenges Hensley at the other end. 2 games after that, earned herself her first ever shutout January 21st, which stopped all 22 shots she saw that night against the Frost. Already a shutout in the postseason for Gwyneth Phillips as Thompson moves this puck ahead to center. McQuaid brings it out wide as Steckline driving net front. Phillips plays it aside as Steckline pins Savalainen up against the boards. Frost looking to start their offense. D'Arcangelo on the loose puck, reverse pass to Markowski. Looking for Jenner at the far side. Jenner, Leslie, 2 multi-goal goal scorers here for Ottawa in the postseason. Eisy glides down low against Savalainen. Fans wanting a call on the play. To go in the third period, all tied at 1. Sophie Jakes takes a look. To center it will go. Dwayne Schofield finds Heisey at the far end. 6 career playoff goals for Taylor Heisey, looking for Jakes. Thompson's going to have to retreat to keep this onside. McMahon's right on her tail.
Well, and you can see the pressure everyone is inserting themselves right now. But we talk about Taylor Heisey. She's a player that when she's on the outside, she loves to draw to her, right? She's got great edges. She creates the space. She forces you to come to her, so she loves to dish the puck to those open lanes and through the seams. And Lee wants that shot mentality, though. She's showing it more, especially last in the final game on the 14th of May.
Ottawa regrouping to center it will go. Mike's trying to get a handle on it. Hitlerova steals it away. Back into Ottawa's territory. Minnesota has certainly spent a lot of time in the offensive zone here late in this third period. To chance a hot shot. Benisheva to Teralova, who joins in on the rush. Scans looking for a far pass to Jenner. Kept in the zone by D'Arcangelo. Taken down by Petrie. Boyd pinches. Jenner right there to pick up the loose puck. Her shot blocked in front by Bookbinder. Clarity sending it to the corner. In her third game at the Frost here in the postseason. Clarity looking for it as Boyd presses. Rosalemi comes in with it. Tries to pull it to center, and it's just all red. D'Arcangelo goes for a change as the Frost start their attack. Zhisheva comes into this game with 3 shots on net. One back by Panic. Jakes down low for Zumwinkle. Minnesota to Jakes. Tipped in front. McQuaid takes a hit. Ottawa looking to use the glass and chip this puck out. Clark using her speed. Challenged by Panic. And a full bear hug. Draws the penalty. Ottawa's going to go to the power play. Leslie with the delayed penalty on the way is going to hold on to control as Phillips to the bench. Out comes Jenner. 6 on 5 with the delayed penalty on the way. All right, 6:08 remaining. We've got 4-on-4 hockey underway in Ottawa. Jenna Watkins on the ice for Minnesota, who took that play to the face on Leslie's stick. Point Schofield. Quick change made with McQuaid. Hensley gets the 4 out there that he would like as Ottawa moves this puck ahead. Jocelyn LaRock leading the way.
Well, keep in mind, with more space available, Kendall Point Schofield is the type of player you want out there. You want speed. There's more ice available, and if you can get any speed underneath the puck, you're going to create.
Jenna Watkins end to end. Backhand she'll go. Loses her footing. Ottawa hopes to take advantage, but Steckline keeps it at bay. Look at Steckline's minutes over the course of this regular season. Heisey with the backhand shot, looking for the loose puck. Coyne Schofield on the doorstep. How did that stay out? Steckline looking for her fourth. Robbed by Phillips.
Well, this is just a great play off the rush by Taylor Heisey. Unbelievable awareness to cut across and create a 2-on-1. Unbelievable that she's able to get in there, but Phillips keeps it out of the net.
Thompson off the draw, hoping to keep this Minnesota's way. Great cutback by Krosalemi. Under 50 seconds to go on 4-on-4 play. Panik and Leslie in the box. Panik for a hold, Leslie for the cross-check. Thompson drops off for Cava, look for a quick pass. Clark will play the body. Talked about her elevating her physical play in this postseason, giving the game 4 leading charge with most hits.
Emily Clark has been so assertive, just in the right spots, finding ways to shut down ice on top players, just doing such a nice job.
Benisheva as well doing some nice work for Ottawa. Gets by Jakes, protects the puck. Looking for the rock, she takes a hit off Jakes. Final seconds, Panik and Leslie to the ice. So we're back to 5-on-5. Leslie's gonna head off, Panik's gonna join in on play. Petrie picks this up at center, has Panik with her. Drops the shoulder, Ashton Bell with an even better stick. Ottawa the other way, led by their captain, Jenner. Ottawa has 3, Benisheva. 2-on-2 battle to the right of Hensley. All tied at 1, under 4 to go in the third. Panik along the boards, tied up by Vasco. Mike's out right there looking for a loose puck. Leslie corrals to the far side, broken stick. Boyd heads back. She'll take a fresh stick from the lane, out instead to change. So out comes Ashton Bell. Hughes tied up, able to make the pass to LaRock. Fires it to Ashton Bell. Clark with the move. Heisey reads the play and has control now for Minnesota. Averaging 1.07 points a game, Heisey in her postseason production. That's help from Cava. A loose stick on the play. It's Michaela Cava's. She'll go for it as Ottawa pinches. Clark working in deep into Minnesota's end. Finds LaRock along the blue line. Zaps it across for Bell. Coyne Schofield chases her as it heads to the corner. Go charge, go chance beginning. Late in this frame. Ashton Bell for Ottawa. Takes a look. Passes it off to Jenner. And at center, D'Arcangelo takes a hit, but is able to finish the play as Ottawa goes after it in Minnesota's ends. Sheppers to center. Himlerova back on her horse. Has Katie Knoll driving center. A loose puck there as Phillip tries to play to the corner.
Nice play by Savalainen as well.
Sheppers, a quick look, tries to beat Phillips short side. Off the face-off, Taylorova breaks through. Has Kosaleni on her tail. Boyd brings it to the far side to safety. Off the pads of Leslie. Whistle blown. Terralova trying to glove this puck down along the blue line. Petrie comes through with it in the zone for Minnesota. Jenna Watkins drops down. Vasco loses her helmet. Out in front, Phillips pushed into the net. She's looking for a loose puck. Picked up by McQuigg. Hensley is going to come out and play the puck for Minnesota. She'll reverse the pass deep in the corner. Panik goes back for it. Hughes hopes to beat her there. Final minute to go in the third period. Tied at 1 in Game 1 of the PWHL Finals presented by Scotiabank. Panik staying onside. A great read by McQuigg. Patience. Kelly Panik. A chance here for Zumwinkle. Cleared away by Gwyneth Phillips. And a few extra shoves there for Zumwinkle. Phillips dialed in. Coyne Coyne Schofield first in for Minnesota. Bell taking her time. Finds D'Arcangelo at the far end. A centering pass. Heisey reads it. Jenner, a bang pass to herself, gets the red line and sends it in. Under 20 seconds to go. Thompson in the zone for Minnesota. Vidisheva, head-up play, looking net front. Ottawa, a push here. Can they find a way? LaRocque from the blue line off the backboards. D'Arcangelo, a bang pass. Hensley's going to hold her post. Hughes looks on, panic, taken down. A loose puck. Petrie gets a hold of it. Into the corner for Ottawa as time will expire. We are off to overtime in Game 1 of the PWHL Finals. Back. So in thrilling fashion, of course, PWHL Finals, you never know what's in store. Clark, a chance here for Ottawa. Looking on, Clark drops it back. Hughes was there for help. McMahon working along the boards, finds Bell. Walks the line, the two former Bulldogs working it in. Minnesota zone. Panic, up high. Kept in by Bell. She'll walk the line. LaRocque shifts over as Bell brings it in deep. She'll cut up in front. Panic trying to clear D'Arcangelo a lane. She'll take it. It's just a high shot for Cheyenne D'Arcangelo. McMahon to LaRocque. Snaps it to the skates of Panic. Vidisheva strong on the back check.
And you saw how quickly Ashlyn Bell manipulated the blue line and switched spots with Jocelyn LaRocque.
Ottawa just 2 overtime wins in the regular season. Minnesota 5. Marissa Frost finished the regular season with most goals 4. Most goals in the postseason as well. They put up 18, but they are held to just 1 in the finals.
So that puck's going to come all the way back down, and you mentioned Taylor Heisey being the overtime winner to clinch the series against Toronto on May 14th. Now, a goal and 6 assists in her playoff action so far. You can see her communicating with Cava and Coyne Schofield net front.
And herself, second star of the week, PWHL. Phillips earning first star. Hughes rounding out as third star. In what was a thrilling finish to the semifinals. Now just 2 teams remain. Only 1 trophy will be hoisted. Coyne Schofield looking to end it. Toe saved by Phillips. Coyne Schofield coming off a 2-goal performance in Game 4.
Well, this is a quick counter, and it's a quick regroup, and Kendall Coyne Schofield gets on her horse. You can see the touchback by Heisey. She continues through a heavy pass by Jakes, and then you can see Cava coming in. She's on her offside, so forehand to the dot, elects to take that shot. Sorry, it's Kendall Coyne Schofield coming back to be able to get that shot on net. Cava on the back door, but that's a real nice quick up. A smart, heavy play by Heisey for the touchback, and the heavy play by the Jakes pass.
Off the face-off, Leslie gains a hold of it. Skates to center, she has some real estate, she'll go for it. Gets by Shisheva, can she make it 2? Goes for the shot, walked in front by Flaherty. Off the glass, deep in Minnesota's end. Petrie chases after it. Vasco lays ahead as Ottawa hopes to keep this puck in the Frost end.
Well, it's been Vasco, Meixna, and Leslie, so a little bit of a shift here as Vasco sort of centers that third line right now. She came in at 56%, so a lot of the time, depending on where that face-off is, she will take the draw because of her ability to win it.
Face-off to the right of Pensley. Ottawa still looking for their first shot in overtime. Just put up 3 shots in the third period for a playoff low. Off the face-off, Vasco looking for Leslie. She'll protect. Thompson right there. Shisheva takes a hold of it. That's Koseleny at center, but she'll fire it in. Loose puck, Boyd. A tough collision down low. Puck's loose. Deck line. A lane. Redirected to the corner as Meixna dove out and redirected it. Boyd, a loose puck. Vasco looks on. Meixna has 2 coming. Taylorova, a nice chip move. To center it will go, so Steckline has a better angle. Thompson with the stretch play, finds Petrie at the far end. It's 1 playoff point so far. Now a break for Ottawa, led by Emily Clark. On the outside, Clark, she scores! Your overtime hero, Emily Clark! the surge, Ottawa. The roof may blow off this place.
You can feel the energy in the building. You can feel the energy on the ice. Everyone is charged up. Charge Avenue going nuts. It is electric.
You have to talk about Emily Clark, the grit to her game, but we can't forget about the finesse that she has, the stick skills, the deception, and she is your overtime hero in the nation's capital. Ottawa remains undefeated at home in the postseason. A storm warning has taken effect as the Charge line up at center. Final in Game 1 of the PWHL Finals. Emily Clark, the hero that gets it done for her second in the postseason, now leads the Charge in points production. A big goal for the veteran on this team.
We talked about managing pucks, and if you don't manage puck at the blue line, she's got her head up. Look at that wide stance, and this is one that Nicole Hensley will want back. But it is a great shot that finds the corner. And it all starts with a turnover. Petrie's going to drop that puck, but Noel is not on the board. So Emily Clark's able to recover, get going, get some speed, drawing through the neutral zone. She's outside the dot here. Little wide stance to shield because Jakes is cutting across, slashing across the ice to push her to the outside, push her to a top angle, and somehow this beats Nicole Hensley. And Emily Clark is your Game 1 hero.
Back-to-back game-winning goals for Emily Clark. She is your hero in Ottawa. First shot in overtime, first goal. That's how Ottawa does it. Let's hear from Clark now, who's with Rob Pizzo.
Well, Emily, here we are again. You and I talked in the first intermission about the levels of loud in here. You just found a new one. How did it feel? You keep looking around the crowd. This is so loud in here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just pinching myself. Like, all this is a dream come true. This is what you play for. This is what you dream of as a little kid. So for us to get a win in front of this home crowd is amazing.
Walk us through the OT goal.
I got to watch it back. I just saw an opportunity to skate it and try to get it on net. Tay Roche played that play really well and allowed me to get off the ice, and luckily it went in the net.
Your team's peaking at the right time right now. No rest for the Wicked, though. In 2 days, you've got game number 2. What's going to be the thought process between now and then?
Honestly, just sticking to what we're doing. It's a roller coaster of emotions this playoffs, just trying to keep calm, cool, collected, doing exactly what we've been doing.
Congrats on the win. Something tells me you're one of the stars, so I'll let you go. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks so much.
Well, there's a current in the capital as Ottawa Charge has electrified this city. Emily Clark, your hero yet again for the Charge as they take a 1-0 series lead against the Frost. Charge take it 2-1.